Hello, good morning, dear client. What's my purpose of the meeting today? That's to give you an introduction in two things. In fact, first of all, I want to elaborate a bit on how we work and on how we are implementing AI and machine learning, because we have a product-based approach, and this is different than most of our competitors who have a more project-oriented approach. So we're going to start with that, and then of course we're going to make it a bit more practical and give you some explanation on which types of analysis we have in our system, which you can put to use immediately, and which kind of insights you can get from them. Okay. First of all, because before I start with the presentation, I would like to hear a bit from you, dear client. How you are working with your data today. I presume you collect a lot of data already from turnover and sales and what's being sold to which customer at what time. How are you collecting this data? Which systems do you use to collect this CRM, ERP, and so on? Are you using a business intelligence tool to make these the data insightful, to visualize the data? How is the sales team organized? Do you have internal sales team, an external sales team? How is the planning done for the sales team, and so on and so on. So I start, of course, with asking several questions to get some insights from the client on how his data is managed, and how the sales team is managed to use it in this presentation. Okay, so after that, I'll start the presentation. I'll start with giving a short recap on what's Trendskout as a company. So we were founded in 2019. We are VC backed with a funding round in 2021. We have 3 offices today, founded in Belgium, and we also have one in Rotterdam and in Köln. 23 employees at this time, and growing fast, and we have the ambition to become an AI top player in the EU space by 2025. Okay, and why are we doing what we are doing? That's because there are several challenges in sales today. On the one hand, there's an enormous amount of data collected, and you collect quotations, invoices, sometimes also how is the following up done by account executives or sales reps. So you have much data about your clients, but most of the companies aren't doing very much with it. What we often see is that companies already have a BI tool, a business intelligence tool, and that's great. That's great to visualize the data, but unfortunately, it's only data from the past. BI tool helps you looking at the past really, but doesn't help to look at the future and to predict things, to forecast things, or to help you answer more difficult, more complex what-if questions. For example, what is going to happen if we raise our prices 3%? Or will we get more turnover, or will our clients perceive it as too expensive and go to a competitor? That kinds of simulations you can do with a BI tool, but artificial intelligence can help you with that. And a third aspect is that customers more and more are expecting a personalized service and a personalized offering. In the past, yeah, you could send a marketing emailing to all of your clients, the same mailing. Today, clients don't appreciate it anymore, and they expect you to give them an offer based on what you know from them. So also here you need to work with your data. So yeah, on these challenges, AI offers a nice solution to this. But AI as a technology is quite new, and today it's often implemented on a project-based approach. What does this mean? That you have a certain case you want to tackle, and you want to build an AI model to get some insights, to forecast, for example, what you are going to sell next month or years. But what you need in that case is a data scientist, and these are very specialized profiles. And the data scientist is a programmer on the one side, but also has knowledge of complex algorithms, mathematics. So you don't find them really easily because it's a very specialized role, and yeah, as a result of that, they are very expensive to use. A quite small AI use case will result in this way, will result in an invoice, a price tag of your project of yeah, it will be fast, several tens of thousands of euros just to do one case. So this approach isn't really suitable for SMEs, for companies that aren't that big in scale, or where the projects they want to do aren't that big of a scale. So we thought about it, about how we could implement this great technology in a different way, in a better way, of course, from our point of view. And that's why we built Trendskout. So what is Trendskout? We offer the users a fully visualized user interface where users can build and configure AI-driven use cases. So it's a fully no-coding platform, really aimed at business users. Giving you an example on this, the configuration, what you need to do. If you want to do a forecast, for example, you have to configure, of course, which variable, for example, turnover, you want to predict. You have to configure how many months or years you want to look forward, and then you can choose with this or this kind of data. Yeah, I want to take in consideration this or this, and then you click on the train button, and then our system will in the back do the exercise that a data scientist normally would do on a manual in a manual way. So this means that Trendskout is in the back end trying different algorithms, fine-tuning them, and just search for you what's the best model, what are the best algorithms to tackle your case, which model gives us the best performance, and then that model is selected for you, so you can put it to use. So you don't need any technical knowledge to build the model. Technology, yeah, we use the same technology as a data scientist uses, only the search for the best model is automated. It's widely applicable. You will see this. We have many use cases you can build from within the platform. And best value, we offer this as a SaaS platform, software as a service, where you will pay a monthly license fee, but everything you need is included, the hosting, the support from our data team, and so on. Good, so this was the small introduction on how we work. We always start from building from our product, from the platform Trendskout. How we are doing this in practice is when you're building a use case, you always will follow 3 steps. The first step is the connect step. Here you can, of course, connect to the data sources you want to use for your analysis. In the second step, you choose which kind of analysis do you want to use and to configure them. Which analysis we have. I'm showing this in a few slides. But in the second step, you choose, in fact, what you want to do with your data. And in the third step, the automate step, you choose which action I want to take with the output of my data. For example, if you're doing a forecast, you can choose here that the forecast has to result in a sales opportunity, for example, for your sales rep in your CRM. But it can also trigger a mail or something, or send the data to a BI tool to visualize the output, and so on. So in the third step, you really choose what you want to do with the output. Okay, so this is a small view on the platform. You see the 3 steps that always come back to build a case. We show this in detail if we plan in another meeting to show you in detail how the relevant cases for you are being built. So first step, connecting the data source of your choosing or your liking. We also have a data prepper built in. What you can do with the data prepper is, of course, preparing your data. If you have several data sources you want to use, you can combine them and transform them easily within the data prepping tool. And also here again, it's fully visualized. You don't need to pull SQL queries or whatsoever. It's fully visualized, aimed at business users. Then we have a broad range of connections you can use to get to your data. You can just upload CSV or Excel files, but of course we also can integrate directly to your database, or using our API in and out to get the data in. So in fact, we have different solutions to get your data in an easy and fast way. So that's to get started really fast. And then the analyze step. This will be, I think, most interesting part of the presentation, of course. So, short recap on how Trendskout works. This is a bit technical, but it's important to tell this. So we have 2 AI layers in our platform. The first layer is what you can call the building blocks to build an AI model. And these are sets of algorithms that you can use, the same algorithm that the data scientist would use to build a model for you. But how is the data scientist doing this? They don't like it really when you say it, but it's trial and error. And they try an algorithm. If it doesn't work out good, they try another one. If they see potential in that algorithm, they are fine-tuning it and building and trying and iterating to make the model as good as they can. So it's quite a work and time-intensive process. What we have done is build a second AI layer, and that's a genetic algorithm that we are using to steer on the first layer and to combine the algorithms to try which model works best. So in fact, to do the work of the data scientist, but in an automated way. So that is important to mention this because it's no generic algorithm that we are using for all of our analysis to all our clients. Our platform will always build you a new model from scratch, and this is way more accurate, of course, than when you would use a generic algorithm. So in our Sales Booster platform, we have 7 types of analysis, which I'm going to give some explanation on. First is prescriptive sales analytics or forecasting, advanced forecasting. This means you can, in fact, predict every numerical variable you want, and often used in a sales context, but you can also use it, for example, to predict payment terms or ideal stock on your company and so on, but of course also often used in a sales context. Who will buy what and when, so to detect potential in your client base. A case study we have on this particular analysis is Kuman Packaging. Kuman Packaging is a production company of packaging products, from cardboard boxes to tapes and so on. And they have several thousand clients, many products in their offering, and they had a sales team, about 10 people who are working in the company for several years, and they spotted there that the sales team, the sales reps, were actively working on a small group of clients where they had a good personal connection with, and they went there often, had good communication with them and so on. But there was another client group where they have more waiting. They were more waiting which offers are coming in and not really actively working on it. So what they wanted, what the Kuman Packaging management wanted, is to take a more scientific approach to the planning of the sales reps. So we started forecasting every month which client will buy what product and when will he do this, or should he do this. And then this output, this forecasting, is used to steer the sales team to the right clients at the right moment. They are using this for the internal sales team and for the external sales team. For the internal sales team, they used to be with 4 people who were calling clients whole day long, but not with a real plan, not with the real strategy but behind it. So they were calling a client, do you need anything, do you need anything else now? But that wasn't really effective. They have been using this now and started using this, and they had they have reduced the internal sales team with 50%. They went from 4 people to 2 people doing the same work, but just much more effective, because they are using our forecast data to detect the clients who they should call and who don't. Okay, so another application, another analysis is predicting customer loss, and also churn prediction. What we are going to do here is monitoring on what your clients are doing. Most companies are doing this by looking at the turnover if the turnover is quite okay compared with previous periods, there aren't really alarm bells going. So, but it can be, for example, that that some customers their turnover is still okay, but they aren't buying a certain group of products anymore, which they used to buy in the past. So in fact, you're also already losing business there, but you will not see it that fast. And every client has a certain pattern. The frequency and how when they are buying, the volumes that they are buying, the types of products that they are buying. So every customer has a certain pattern, and here we are monitoring that pattern, predicting what they should do, and if they don't do what we should expect, then alarm bells are going, and then you get an alert to check certain clients out, to investigate, in fact, what's going on with a certain client, and this is to prevent clients, prevent of losing clients, and to get in touch in a proactive way before you lose them, in fact. Then impact analysis. What's this? That's analyzing, measuring the impact of different variables in a certain process. And so applied to the sales process, you have a result of that process, and that's a sale or no sale. But you have many variables to get there, to get to the sale or no sale. For example, what is offered to the client? Have we give them reductions on the pricing? Which account manager is doing the follow-up? How is the following up done, and so on. So all these variables make the sale or no sale, and with the impact analysis, you do an analysis on the variables, to see which variables have the most impact on the result. For example, this can show you how you should follow up on a client. And some clients need a tight follow-up. Other clients don't want that, or they want you to leave them alone for 2 weeks or something. What can you see in this report shown on the slide? For example, what are the most important features, important variables in this process? And for example, how you can do the follow-up, maybe the price or the reductions on the offering were important. So you get a view, you get the insights on really what's important in the sales process, so you can make the sales process better. Opportunity detection. This is also like the churn prediction, monitoring on your data, but here we aren't looking at clients which we will lose, but we are looking at sales opportunities. For example, we have several wholesalers of building materials, and they are using this analysis to know what products we should offer to the clients at this moment. For example, if you have a client who is buying plaster or something to renovate his walls inside. Normally, when you have plastered your walls, some weeks or months after that, you will paint the walls. But if you have thousands of hundreds of clients, it's very hard to know, who needs what at which moment. So the opportunity detection can give you the suggestions at the right moment. For example, now it's the right moment to offer this to this client or something else to another client. Based on patterns, based on purchases in the past. Okay, product recommendation is another analysis you can put to work with Trendskout. What can you do with the product recommendation? It's aimed at upselling and cross-selling. So with the product recommendation, you can suggest, you can put it to use in two different ways. You can, first of all, you can give alternative products. So when a client is buying some products, you can give alternative suggestions where you maybe have a better margin on them, because salespeople often choose the way with the least resistance. If a client has bought 10 times a certain product, normally the 11th time he will ask for the same, and then the salesperson will sell this, of course. But maybe that's not the product you have in that product range with the best margin. And maybe some alternatives are better for you as a company. So with this product recommendation, you recommend alternatives to clients where you can get a better margin on, for example. That's one application. Other application is that you don't give alternative products, but you generate complementary products. And it's also what you often see in web shops. Other people also bought this, and that's based on purchase history, which items are often bought together to also offer them to other clients, to boost your sales, of course. Then next best action. Then what you're doing with this is suggesting the next best action to take to get to a certain result. And the result here often is, of course, getting to a sale. And then the system does suggestions. Oh, it's now the moment to do a phone call to follow up, or it's time to give some discount on the offering. The system does any kind of suggestions that worked in the past. For this analysis, you have there's the need for more CRM data, like the registration of when were deals followed up in the past, because the system will learn best practices and stuff on clients. So this of all our analysis we have, this is the most asking from the data. And the other ones like the forecasting and the product recommendation and the churn prediction and stuff, that are all based on just quite simple sales data, turnover data, but for this type of analysis you need some more data also from the sales reps. And then clustering. What you do with clustering is searching for clusters, for segments within your data, to group clients in certain segments. It's like making marketing personas, for example. You can use it to communicate to a certain cluster or segment in a certain way. You can, for example, try to make clusters of clients who are sensitive to price reductions and clients who aren't sensitive to price reductions. because yeah, of course, the second group, you don't need to offer them a reduction because they won't buy more. And the contrary, if you offer them a reduction and they buy, they would have bought already also without the reduction, so you're also losing margin on this. So with the clustering, you put together groups of clients based on data, yeah, which you can handle in a certain way you want. Okay, and then the automate step, the third step. You have a wide range of possible actions you can choose from. You can choose to send the data, the output, back to your CRM or ERP system, or maybe to your Power BI or business intelligence software to visualize something, or sending emails, and so on and so on. So here you just choose which action I want to take with my my outputs. Okay, then we have some use cases to discuss. First of them, Kuman, I already discussed, so I'm going a bit fast on this. There was a sales team who had a certain preference for some clients. We started the forecasting here, and we got nice results from that. High accuracy, also using maximum customer potential, and customers are also appreciating this because they feel they are actively supported, and also salespeople were happy because in the beginning they were a bit reluctant on what do we have to do now. Is this extra work for us? Are you controlling us, and so on? But quite fast they saw if they were following the forecast we were doing, they would get to target. So after a couple of weeks, they were very happy to use the system. Qualifier is a production company on medicines, pharmaceuticals. They had a client base of pharmacies, where they also were offering a broad range of products. What they wanted to do here is they were using a kind of net promoter score. They call it the intimacy level. It was a score from 0 to 5, which they give to clients, which 5 is the super client, an ambassador who is buying high volumes on a broad product range. What they wanted to do is to get clients as fast as possible, as high as possible in the intimacy level. So we've used the data prepper to combine several data sources. They were using a CRM. They were using a different from CRM, a different ERP. Also, they had some spreadsheets with data they want to use. So we all combined this with the data prepper, and then we put the next best action analysis to work to give every sales rep the right suggestions, what they had to do when visiting a certain pharmacy. So this is how it's built within Trendskout, and this is the output the sales reps were seeing. So they can choose which clients they are going to visit, and then the system gives them back suggestions what they should do there, which products they should offer, maybe planning training and so on. So the system gives the suggestions based on all the data to the sales rep to make them to make life easy for them. Result here was 18% faster rise in intimacy level than before. So also a very happy client. Then see them. The last case is also production company, wholesaler. auto car parts, and they work with a distributor network across Europe. But it was hard to determine to predict the ideal sales per distributor, because the markets were very different, and they were selling in the Nordics. For example, a lot of Volvos are being sold, much more than in Portugal and Spain, for example. So it wasn't easy to do the right predictions for every market for them. So what have we done? We've enriched their own data with an external data source. The external data source was called VO, vehicles in operation, and there was information in the VO database of which cars were being sold in the past to every country. So okay, we combined the two, and we did an opportunity detection analysis, which is in fact stating what's the difference between what are you selling at this moment and what's the potential you can sell to every of your distributors based on historical sales from your own data, and the potential in every market based on the VO database. And this is the result. You see a listing per distributor of which items you should sell there, and the turnover that will bring. Results here: 6% more overall sales, and also the distributors were more satisfied because they had the right products in stock. Because before that, it often happens the client with the distributor was asking for a certain part when that's not in stock. For example, the distributor is located in Slovakia. It takes several days to get a part there, so most of the time the client was searching another solution, and they lost the sale. So distributors were very satisfied with this solution because they have the right things in stock for the market. Okay, these are some other happy customers. We have really a broad range of customers in different sectors and different industries, in fact. So that was it. I hope this have given you some clear view on what we are doing. And now at the end of the meeting, it's of course the moment to try to get to a demo. That's the next phase after the introduction meeting. And in the demo, we demonstrate some cases, and the cases here we've detected together with the client that are relevant to the client, and then we organize a demo on that. So that will be then the next step in this case.